Here we go, recording. And grateful you're all here. Thanks, Manishi. I'm glad you got the link. Glad you could make it. Good to have you. Okay, there we go. Probably want to take all the things off. Okay. No. My AirPods are telling me that they don't have a lot of power left, so we'll see how far they go. I think they'll be okay. So let's do it. Let's come on up to the top edge of your mat for Samadhi. And just take a moment to settle into the four corners of the feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. Drawing the low belly in as we gently drop the chin inward toward the chest. Taking the next inhale to just feel your expansiveness and exhale, grounding into the four corners of the feet. And we'll open with our chant. Let's do palm response just for fun. Inhale to prepare to Om. Om. Palm response from here. Vande Gurunam, Vande Gurunam, Charanarvinde, Charanarvinde, Sandarshita, Sandarshita, Swatma, Swatma, Sukhavavade, Sukhavavade, Nishreyase, Nishreyase, Jangalikayamane, Jangalikayamane, Samsara Allah Allah, Samsara Allah Allah, Ashantiye, Ashantiye, Abahu, Abahu, Guru Shakaram, Guru Shakaram, Shankachakrasi, Shankachakrasi, Harinam, Harinam, Sahasra, Sahasra, Shirasam, Shirasam, Shetam, Shetam, Pranamami, Pranamami, Patanjalim, Patanjalim. Together. Om. Just gently bowing inward, giving thanks to your yoga mats for being the sacred spaces that they are, as well as the inner guru. You can take the arms down by your side and take traditional Surya Namaskar A times 5. Ekam inhale, let's lift and stretch the gaze up. The way exhale, fold into the legs. Trini inhale, lift up halfway. Chatari exhale, step or jump back, lower into your chaturanga, keep it easy. Good, punch it, inhale, upward dog, pointing through the toes. Shat exhale, downward dog, lift the hips, good. So just take a moment in your downward dog to relax the head. Traditionally, no movement, but if you want to move around, I'm not watching. Feel free to do a little down dog twisting, a little movement in the hips, a little swag or paddling into the feet. So to inhale, look forward, we'll step or jump on up to the top of your mat, lift halfway. And Ashtanga, exhale, fold forward. Nava, inhale, come all the way up, look at the thumbs. And exhale to Samasthiti. We'll take it again. Ekam inhale, stretch up. The way, exhale, bow forward. Trini, inhale, lift halfway. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lower down. Punch it, inhale, upward dog. And Shat, exhale, downward dog. Just really getting into the movement here for 1, finding Ujjayi breathing if you haven't already. Good. 2, pulling low belly in, lifting through the tailbone. 3, just noticing the length of the spine. 4. And 5, look forward, Sapta, inhale, step or jump on up, we'll lift halfway. Ashtau, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, come on up. And exhale to Samasthiti. So let's do 3 more. Ekam, inhale, lift. Away, exhale, fold forward. Good. Trini, inhale, lift halfway. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Good. Punch it. Inhale, upward dog. And shot, exhale, downward facing. Good. So really trying to connect breath bandhas and drishti here. For 1. Ujjayi, let it flow. 2, pulling low belly in, trying to engage legs if you can. 3, just noticing what you need. Sometimes down dog's not it. 4. Looking good, everybody. And 5, look forward, Sapta, inhale, step or jump up, halfway forward. Ashtau, fold, exhale. Nava, inhale, come on up. And exhale to Samasthiti, taking it again. Ekam, inhale, rise. Nue, exhale, fold, hug belly in. Trini, inhale, look forward. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Punch it, inhale, upward dog, open the fronts of the chest. Shot, exhale, downward dog, lifting the hips. 1. 2, just really getting into the rhythm together. 3. Letting Ujjayi be your count. 4, finding Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And 5, look forward, Sapta, inhale, step or jump on up, lift halfway. Ashtau, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, come on up. And exhale, returning to Samasthiti. We'll take 1 more. Ekam, inhale, let's lift. Nue, exhale, fold forward. Trini, inhale, look forward. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Punch it, inhale, upward dog. Shot, exhale, lifting hips downward facing. 1. Traditional drishti up your belly button. 2, reminding the core to engage, of course. 3, I remember the first time I heard drishti at belly button, I was like, I can't see it. 4, if you can't see it, that's okay. I think that's pretty normal. So don't worry about it. And 5, look forward, Sapta, inhale, step or jump up, lift halfway. Ashtau, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, let's come on up and stretch at the top. And finding your way back through Samasthiti, Surya B. Ekam, inhale, find your chair pose. Due, exhale, fold forward. Trini, inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Punch it, inhale, upward dog, good. Shot, exhale, downward dog, warrior 1. Stop the right foot forward. Inhale, come on up. Ashtau, exhale, moving through Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Nava, inhale, upward facing. Shot, exhale, downward dog. Ekadasana, left foot forward, same pose, other side. Inhale, rise. Shot, Chaturanga Dandasana, step back and lower. Then Trayodasana, inhale, open the hips. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. 1. Just notice your down dog. 2, try to find your belly button. See if you can look there. Yeah. 3, one time a teacher said, that's because we need a reminder to use our core. I liked that. 4, so drive the belly inside. Good. And 5, look forward, punch in a shot. Inhale, step or jump up, lift halfway. Shoulder shot, exhale, fold. Saptadisha, bend the knees deeply, come back for Utkatasana, and returning to Samasthiti. So let's do it again. Ekam, inhale, find your chair pose. Due, exhale, fold forward. Trini, inhale, look forward through a flat back. Chaturanga, exhale, step or jump back, lower down. Punch it, inhale, upward facing. Disha, exhale, downward dog. Good, stepping right foot forward, Sapta, inhale, come on up. Ashta, exhale, moving through Chaturanga. Nava, inhale, upward facing. Disha, exhale, downward dog. Ekadasha, left foot forward, inhale, come on up. Dwadasha, moving through Chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, upward dog. Chaturasha, exhale, downward dog. 1. So because the focus will be so much on arm balances this month, really separate your fingers here. 2, and as you do so, push into the fingertips, push your index fingers and thumbs. 3, find that weird idea of the 6th finger and push into that thing, yes. 4, engage your armpits. And 5, look forward, Panchadasha, inhale, step or jump up, lift halfway. Shodasha, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, Saptadasha, inhale, chair pose. And returning to Samasthiti. So let's take one more. Ekam, inhale, sit back, look up. Your way, exhale, fold in deep. Trini, inhale, look forward. Chaturanga, exhale, jump back, lower down. Punch it, inhale, upward dog. Get the shoulder blades to squeeze. Shot, exhale, downward dog, hips up. Sapta, right foot forward. Warrior 1. Inhale, rise. Ashta, move through your Chaturanga. Nava, inhale, upward facing. Disha, exhale, downward dog. Ekadasha, left foot forward, other side, move into it, inhale. Exhale, taking on your Chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, upward dog. Chaturanga, exhale, downward dog. 1. Listening to your breath. 2. You don't have to be in down dog. You could be in table pose or child's pose instead. 3, sometimes we actually need that, right? Sometimes we don't know we need it until we get there. 4. We are going to step or jump back up to the top edge of your mat. So on 5, look forward. Saptadasha, inhale, make your way on up, lift halfway. Shodasha, exhale, fold. Bending knees, Saptadasha, inhale back into Bhujapidasana and finding your way into your Samasthiti. So let's do Titibhasana, Padahastasana, stepping the feet out. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold into the hips, kiss fingers, grabbing your big toes. Okay. Ekam, inhale, look forward. And away, exhale, pull on your toes to bring your chest to your legs. 1. So whether or not you actually bring your chest to your legs is a whole different thing. 2, just activating your legs wherever you're at and finding a good old-fashioned strength technique for your wrists. 3, good. Gazing past your nose. 4. And 5, Trini, inhale, look forward, and exhale, stuffing the hands underneath your feet, palms face up. So pushing the fingers, pushing the toes into your wrists. Ekam, inhale. The way, exhale, fold in. 1, so finding the power of your core here, drive it inward, lift your bum. 2, see if you can engage your thighs here, find a little more power. 3, gazing past your nose. 4, good. And 5, Trini, inhale, look forward, and exhale, bring the hands up to your waist. Inhale, rise up to stand, and stepping the feet together for Samasthiti. So we are going to take Trikonasana and revolve triangle posture. Okay, so Utthita Trikonasana, taking the right leg, step it back. Ekam, inhale, pivot to the right leg, and away, exhale, find triangle pose into your right leg. So just take your time here. It's kind of a funky transition, but ground into your feet for 1. 2, you can always have your right hand on a block or your shin. 3, see if you can power up your legs. 4. And 5, Trini, inhale, come up. And Shatwari, pivot the feet to face your left side, floating into Utthita Trikonasana on your left leg, triangle posture. 1, 2, we're just trying to equalize the distribution of work between both feet as well as both sides. 3, noticing your left side isn't any different than the right. 4, Ujjayi breathing, keep it steady, the pace is strong. And 5, punch it, inhale, come on up. And exhale, turn over the right leg. We're going to take a revolve triangle pose, sending the left hand to the floor or a block, and the right arm up to 12 o'clock. So we're twisting this one for 1, 2, just notice how your revolve triangle pose feels. Sometimes this one's really weird. 3, see if you can externally rotate both thighs, suck the belly in. 4, and 5, Trini, inhale, come on up. And Chaturanga, rotate to the other direction. We'll revolve over to the left side, taking the left arm to the ceiling. 1. Don't worry if it's hard, it's meant to be hard. 2, the more you do it, the easier it gets, right? 3, see if you can turn open the chest, pulling Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha inside. 4, Ujjayi breathing. And 5, punch it, inhale, come up, take a quarter turn to the right just to reopen the body. And we'll step forward for Samadhi. Extended side angles, right leg first. Ekam, inhale, step back with right leg, pivot to the right. Find warrior 2, and then the way, extended side angle. You can take your elbow to your thigh or your right hand to the floor. 1, equal distribution of work and weight in both feet. 2, just notice how that feels. 3, see if you can dip your hips a little bit more. 4, and 5, Trini, inhale, come on up. And Chaturanga, pivot to the left. Again, find your warrior 2, and then you can extend your side angle. 1, you can always have your left hand on a block. 2, see if you can really stretch laterally into the side body. 3, dropping the shoulders away from the ear. 4, and 5, punch it, inhale, come up, and exhale, pivot to face the right leg. You're going to twist. So enter into a lunge of your choosing, and then turning to the right, maybe prayer hands together, maybe opening your wingspan, finding your depth. 1, Parvrita Parshvakonasana is meant to be a super challenging posture. 2, just see if you can breathe here. For the most part, that's probably the most challenging thing. 3, see if you can rotate open a little bit deeper with every breath. 4, and 5, coming up, Trini, inhale, and Chaturanga, exhale, pivot to the left, same posture, other side. Noticing the lunge that you need for stability. Notice the twist that you need for depth. Might be different than yesterday, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Punch it, inhale, come on up, quarter turn to the right. And we'll step forward for Samadhi. Good, so we're going to take 2 of the 4 wide leg forward folds. We'll take the A and the C posture. Ekam, inhale, stepping back with right leg, pivot so the feet are parallel. Bring the hands to the waist, looking up. Dway, exhale, hold. There's so many things to say in one breath. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, fold in. See if you can bring your head to the floor. 1, 2, a little tuck of your chin toward your chest here. 3, 4, and 5. Look forward, Chaturanga, inhale, and exhale the hands up to your waist. Punch it, inhale, come up. And exhale, we'll take the C posture. Ekam, inhale, open the arms. And away, exhale, binding hands behind your back, however feels the safest for your wrists and shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. Trini, exhale, fold forward. 1. You can always use a strap or a sock between your hands if needed. 2, just notice the chest. 3, see if you can relax the head a little bit. Shoulder blades together though. 4, I love it. And 5, look forward, Chaturanga, inhale, come on up. And we'll simply step forward to the top of your mat for Samasthiti. We'll take the Parshvattanasana, so you can grab a hold of elbows or reverse prayer hands behind your back, depending on what's happening in your wrists and shoulders, as always. Ekam, inhale, we'll step back with your right leg, pivot and face the right leg. Dway, exhale, fold into the right leg, shin toward your shin bone. 1, gazing toward your front big toe. 2, find the feeling of lifting into your core. 3, see if that can help you power up your legs. 4. And 5, Trini, inhale, come up. And exhale, pivot to the other side. Chaturanga, exhale, folding into your left leg, chin toward your shin. 1, so it is a little bit of a twisting action. See if you can centrally locate your line from crown of the head to the big toe. 2, bring everything together because we're going to be doing other things that require this line. 3, see if you can draw low belly in, power up your leg. 4. And 5, punch it, inhale, come up, quarter turn to the right. Let's open the arms and we'll step our way forward for Samasthiti. Good, so we're going to skip the Ardha hand to big toe posture, Titibhasana. I was calling it something different. We're going to skip that posture today in lieu of just moving through a figure 4. So let's take the right ankle above your left knee just for a moment and steady your visuals. What do you need from this posture? When you're ready, you can go ahead and find a little chair pose in the standing leg, shifting your gaze point forward. 1. 2, sink back a little bit deeper. 3. 4. And 5, slow inhale to come on up, knee to your chest. And exhale, bring it down, Samasthiti. Let's do the other side, picking up left foot, crossing it above your knee. Take a moment to steady in. This is not tree pose, it's a little bit different. Inhale. Chair pose, standing leg on your exhale. Feel the rotation happening in the right thigh for 1. 2. Ujjayi, breathe in. 3, try to draw a low belly in for support. 4. And 5, inhale, come on up, knee to the chest if you can. And exhale, bring it down for Samasthiti. Good, we are going to play with crow pose from here, so it's going to be great. Let's have some fun. Here we go, Vinyasa time. Ekam, inhale, let's lift. The way, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, look forward. Chaturanga, exhale, we're going to crow pose. Not traditional, but let's just have a little bit of fun. Taking the knees to the upper outer arms, leaning forward, picking up one foot, maybe picking up the other foot. Just playing with it for a moment. And then if you're into it, you can hop your way back to your vinyasa. Just take your time to move through that transition. Good. Lowering down. Inhale into your back bend. So we just flex the hips. Now we're extending the hips. And then make your way into your downward dog through the core. Good. So because we'll be doing a lot of flexion in the hips today, I'm actually going to take us through an Ashtanga instead of your Bhujapidasana A. So let's step your right foot forward, dropping your back knee to the floor. We'll just pretend like we're in a warrior one. Here we go. Arms can lift for 1, 2. This is definitely a little plus component. 3, ask your left hip to stretch. 4. And 5, bring the palms together in front of the heart. We're going to go a little bit deeper. You can stay right here, or you can grab a hold of your back foot and pull it in. Up to you. And it's pretty deep here. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last inhale on 5 and exhale, release it. We're going to take a vinyasa. Simply step it on back and lower your way down. Inhale, lifting into your back bend and exhale, downward dog. Stepping left foot forward, same thing other side, Anjaneyasana. Feel free to put something underneath your back knee, okay? Picking up the arms if that feels safe. 1, 2, 3, dragging right hip forward. 4, lifting the chest a little taller. Big inhale on 5. Exhale, bringing it in, grabbing a hold of the back foot. We're doing something a little different with your hands, totally up to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice and slow to release. We will step back and take your vinyasa from here. Inhaling forward, exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing. Good. So let's go ahead and look forward. We'll hop through to your seat. Stop to inhale, making your way into your Bakasana. Could be through a little L-sit hold. Feel free to use your blocks. Good. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, squeeze the belly in. Let's lift the butt off the floor and bring it back. 1. This is not super traditional, but this is the action. 2. Big flexion to the hips as you draw a little belly in. 3, 4, and 5. Drop it down. We'll take the reverse. Bhujapidasana, reverse plank, reverse table. Feel free to bend your knees. Okay. Inhale, pick it on up. 1, 2. Squeeze thighs together. Squeeze booty. 3, 4. And 5, drop it on down. Let's take a vinyasa. We'll cross our shins. Feel free to have hands on blocks. Inhale, pick it up. And exhale, step or hop it back. And lower down. Inhale, lifting to upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Good, looking forward. So up to inhale, hop through once again to your seat. Try the L-sit hold at the end if you can, before lowering down. Good. We'll take the Ardha Baddha Uttanasana just for good measure for your hips, okay? So do work towards the lotus leg. Is that required? No. Go back to figure 4 if that's better, okay? So here we go. Right leg, wrapping right arm around your low back. Inhale, and exhale, folding into left leg. 1, 2, really engaging your left thigh here. 3, 4, and 5. Nava inhale, look up, and exhale. Let's release it. We will take vinyasa. So feel free to put your hands on blocks. Dasha, inhale, pick it up. Ekadasha, jump back. Chaturanga. Dwadasana, inhale, upward dog. Triodasana, exhale, downward facing. Let's do the other side. Chaturasana, inhale, hop through to your seat. L sit hold. And we'll take the left leg into that same thing. Either a figure 4 or your lotus. Please be cautious with your knee. Left arm around your back. Inhale. Panchanasana, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Shodasana, inhale, look up, and exhale. Let's take your vinyasa from here. Release this. Saptadasana, inhale, pick it up. Ashtadasana, chaturanga. Hakuna Vimshakti, inhale, up dog. And Vimshakti, downward facing. Good. So we're going to do a little fun 1-2 skip a few sort of stuff, but we are going to head into the Tirayanga. We're going to play with it. So going ahead, look forwards, up to inhale, hopping through to your seat. We're going to really play with this one. We're going to turn it into all sorts of fun stuff. So Tirayanga, Bhujapidasana, taking the right side through internal rotation. It's very strange. Yes. Okay. Sit on a block, move the leg out to the side, do some things so that we can accommodate any issue with the knee. When all else fails, take this leg into a seated tree pose. So don't be afraid to do that because we're going to be here for a little bit, okay? So first things first, let's be traditional. Inhale, Ashtanga, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nava, inhale, look up, and exhale. Okay, so sitting up, here we go for some fun. Okay, so again, do something different with your right leg if it's not okay here. Okay, let's bring the left knee toward your chest. We're going into crown chakra territory. Fun stuff. Be careful with your knee. Here we go, picking up that leg. But pick it all the way up if that works. Don't worry about it if not. Okay, inhale. Exhale, just bring the chest toward your knee. 1, 2, 3. See if you can push down into your sit bones, sit up a little taller. 4. And 5. Inhaling back, look up. And exhale, release the leg. Hold the leg up there. You can take your arms forward like a boat pose for 5. You can always have your knee bent. 4. You can always do something different with your right leg. 3, 2. Isn't this so fun? Okay, here we go for more fun. 1, we're going to bend that knee and take the thigh through external rotation, hugging the baby in. Just letting it rock a little bit for a moment. Noticing the femur head deep in the socket, that's your thigh bone, and rotating open from that space. Maybe you can feel a little bit of that happening. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I feel everything. I'm like, ooh, do you feel that? Yes, I feel okay. Ooh, yeah. If I drop my sit bone toward the floor, I feel a lot more. Super interesting. So you can stay right here, just working on the rotation of the hip. Or if you want to go a little deeper, we'll take the leg kind of up and around, just feel. Nothing crazy. Okay? Noticing how it feels. You can be right here. We can take the leg out to the side for a little compass play if you want to. Okay. Just breathe wherever you're at for 5. 4. Keep rotating the femur head in the socket. 3. Lifting up nice and strong and through the chest. 2. Good. And 1. Easy does it. We're going to take this leg now, the leg that's on the floor. Crossing the ankles. So right ankle over left. Just see what happens if you shoot your legs out to the left, okay? So see what happens if you shoot your legs out to the left. Crossing ankles, I know it's weird. We can lean in for a little bit of an arm balance here, or not, okay? Leaning in for your arm balance, Ashtavakrasana, or not. Good. Okay, let's take a vinyasa. Crossing your shins. Inhale, pick it on up. And exhale, hop it back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog, stretch the fronts of your hips out and moving into your downward dog. So we are going to be doing stuff like this all month. I hope that your idea of fun is similar to my idea of fun. Look forward, hop on through to your seat. Let's do the other leg. Now we're taking left knee through that internal rotation, or left thigh rather through internal rotation. Left knee pointing forward. Sit on the block. Do your thing. Traditional Chiriyanga. Inhale. Plancha Nicha. Exhale. Fold. 1. You can just look forward towards your front big toe. Direct your energy there. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Shoulder shot. Inhale. Look up. And exhale. Okay, we're heading into the crown Chasana territory. Careful with your left knee. Do a tree pose if left knee is not okay. Sitting up nice and strong. Maybe rising right leg halfway. Maybe rising right leg a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, bringing it in. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lean back, look up. And exhale. Arms forward, keep the leg lifted. Again, you can bend your knee. We're like both pose time. For 1. Draw a low belly in for support here. 2. 3. 4. And 5, bring the foot down, external rotation to right leg. Little baby hug, bring it in. Do something different with left leg if this is not preferable. I know it's kind of strange, so do what you need. Lifting up through the chest. Asking right thigh bone, the head of the bone, deep in the socket to just rotate slowly. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. Try to keep lifted foot flexed for support. Okay, this will keep your knee joints safe. Good. Maybe drop your right sit bone down a little bit and notice if that helps to rotate even more. Sort of interesting. How do you drop your sit bone down a little bit? I don't know. Somehow it just feels like it's moving. I don't know why. Super interesting there. And as you sit up nice and strong, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we can offer the leg around the right arm, just a little bit. See what happens. If you want to go a little deeper still, you can take it into your compass pose shape. Okay? Just breathe wherever you're at. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Nice and slow. Bring it back. Taking this left leg, crossing it over the right ankle. Okay, left leg over right ankle. It's very weird and cumbersome. Now we're going to shoot the legs out to the right. Shooting the legs out to the right, leaning to your left, working on lifting the butt up, finding a little arm balance. Good. That's good. Awesome. All right, let's say vinyasa. We'll just keep playing with that one. Crossing your shins. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, hop it on back to chaturanga. Inhale, notice the fronts of your hips. We just did a lot of flexion and rotation. Now we're extending, and we'll make our way into your downward facing dog. Good. All right, so we are going to play with Bhujapidasana, Titibhasana, Bakasana today. This one is from the primary series. Go ahead and hop the feet around your hands, a la yogi squat. And just take a moment in your yogi squat. If you want to roll out your hands, feel free to do that. Maybe making figure eights with your fists. And Bhuja is super fun. A lot of my students say it's easier, quote unquote, than crow pose. That's cool. I think that's actually pretty awesome to know. So Bhujapidasana Working the hands behind your heels on the floor. You might step on your hands on the floor. You might put your heels on the tops of your hands. I've had a lot of students get in there that way. But working the concept of adduction, squeezing the knees in towards your arms, and then picking up your feet off the floor. Maybe crossing your ankles. You know, you want to do something else. And just noticing how it feels to be in a little arm balance here, even if you're not fully there. You just be careful with your thumbs. Try to like flatten your palms if you can. I know it's so hard. Good. And don't be afraid to fall backwards because falling backwards happens. So the Titibhasana from here can be skipped, of course, in lieu of crow pose. So if you're feeling like, hey, I'm just not at the Bhuja yet, then you know what? Titibhasana is interesting. Let's do a quick Titibhasana just so you can maybe play with that one. For some people, it's easier to do Titibhasana than it is to do Bakasana. So Titibhasana just starts similarly, but we have to sit back in order to pick up the legs. Okay, so it's a little bit different because now we're going to try to lift up the legs. Okay, so you can start similarly, taking the hands to the floor and just trusting as you sit back enough to see if the legs can lift up. But the palms do have to be flat. And if you're like, hey, I hate this one, go to crow pose. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Jade. Yeah, good. That was good. So this is just a playtime. So let's get into yogi playtime for right now. As in play with Bhujapidasana, play with Titibhasana, play with Bakasana. Maybe you string one or two of them together. You know, by the end of the month, we'll just keep working. Maybe you'll be able to do all three of them apart. Maybe you'll be able to string one or two of them together. Maybe you'll nail your crow pose and you'll be like, hot damn, I am so confident in this crow pose. We're just going to keep working it. So let's take about one more full minute to play with your arm balance. And hey, if these arm balances we're offering today are not fun for you, do something. Good, Manishi. Yes, Jade. Nice. It's fine. Good, Teresa, you got it. Teresa, keep looking forward. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's great. 30 more seconds. Beautiful. All right, so usually I'd say take a vinyasa, but if your wrists are tired, maybe roll out your wrists instead. If you want to take full vinyasa, feel free. Good money sheet, that was good. Pop it on back, taking your chaturanga, moving through your back bend of choice. Yes, I know our wrists, we definitely need to do some wrist stretching. And moving into your downward dog. Good. So let's come forward to your plank, drop your knees. We're just going to do a little wrist stretch out. So you can take your right hand, flip it over. So leaning into the back of the hand just a little, not a lot of weight there, but instead just with the intention of stretching. And you can move the hands so the fingertips point back towards your knees. Stretch out. We'll be working on wrist stuff all month too. It goes hand in hand, no pun intended, with your arm balancing practice. Let's switch hands. Left hand, you can flip it. Again, not a lot of weight on that hand, instead just for a stretch. Pointing the fingers back. Love it. Good. Let's take both of those hands to the floor. Just flip over your toes for a minute, sitting back on your heels. We'll do some figure eights with your wrists. This is a really good thing. And I'm going to give us one more awesome thing to do. If you have a yoga block, I'm going to actually grab one so I can show you what I'm going to do. If you have a yoga block at home, even if you don't, I have some really great things to show you. If you have a yoga block, you can take it into your one hand or both hands and just squeeze it like crazy in between your fingers, kind of like a stress ball. If you do not have a yoga block, you can use your thighs. That actually works really well. If you squeeze your thighs, I never got weird bruising, so that's positive, but I can imagine if you squeeze hard enough, you might get weird bruising. But the idea there is to actually get into the stress ball concept of a lot of strength building by squeezing that thing between your fingers a lot. And then you will find that that actually helps the wrist come back to a neutral place of center pretty quickly, okay? And yet when you're done with that, you can do another rollout, you can do some flashlight hands, a la inversions, so you can get everything back into a normal sphere. And then we have a vinyasa, so let's do it. You can remove your blocks. If you want to crow pose your way back to vinyasa, that's on you. Separate jump it on back, however you're getting there is great. Upward dog, inhale, and downward facing, exhale, good. So let's make our way into our back bends from here. Let's head into Ustrasana today, and then I'll promise Urdhva after that. So we'll do a camel pose because, you know, camel pose. Feel free to roll up the front edge of your mat. So this is not an arm balance, but that's okay. We're just trying to get into the concept actually of a counter balance, a counter stretch, because we just did a lot of curvature, a lot of flexion. Now we're going to go into extension. Okay, so you can take the hands to the rib cage today. Let's just try that one. We'll pull the rib cage up and out of the hips as we shift the hips forward, and then you can drop the hands back to the thighs. Maybe dropping the hands all the way back to the heels or the ankles. Up to you, but try to shift the thighs forward as you lift the rib cage up and out of the hips. Good. Just breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. We're going to do a little dolphin pose. So you can unravel your mat, taking the elbows to the floor, moving into your inverted V shape on your elbows. Just breathing for 5, practicing a lot of power here. 4, 3, pushing your armpits. Yeah, beautiful, good job. 2, and 1. We're going to do one more Ustrasana, one more camel pose. Again, feel free to roll up the front edge of your mat like a little burrito to give your knees some attention. If you liked the picking up of the rib cage, I really like that one. That feels good. Feel free to stick with that. You can also do the same thing in the back. If your wrists and if your shoulders are cool, you can do a similar concept of pointing the fingertips upward and then lifting your rib cage away from your low back there. So maybe play with that one if that feels okay. Again, shifting your thighs forward, pulling your rib cage up and out of the hips. Just noticing the drop back of the head. Maybe the hands reach back. Keeping the openness across the front of the hips. Let's breathe it out for 5. Shoulder blades together. 4, 3, breathing across the chest. 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. We'll take one more dolphin, okay? Taking the forearms to the floor. If you want to go to Pinchamayurasana, you can play. You can go to a wall and kick upside down. That's a forearm stand. Otherwise, just be in your dolphin, okay? Let's count backwards from 20, because some of you probably want to go to the wall, okay? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, try your core. What's happening there? Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. 14, pushing from the armpits. 12, try to get your bum up there. 11. 10, you're going to pick up one leg if you're in dolphin pose, play with that. 9, 8, 7, you can switch legs if you did. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, both feet to the floor if they're not. 1, let's find your way to child's pose. Awesome. Let's walk the hands back underneath your shoulders. Vinyasa, if you would like it. If you're just done with vinyasas, that's totally fine. If you're into it, though, you can do it. Otherwise, you can just stay in plank. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. If you're doing vinyasa, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. We are going to head into Urdhva Dhanurasana, so full wheel pose. Stop to inhale, hop forward to your seat. Maybe else to hold on your way through, maybe not. And we'll lower down onto our backs. So full wheel pose can have your hands shoulder width distance. And it's good practice because in arm balances, we want the shoulder width distance of the hands. That's super helpful. Try to open your fingers. If you're not doing full wheel pose, please go to bridge pose, okay? Let's set it up. We'll do the Ashtanga 3. Ashtanga, inhale to lift for 5, 4, yeah, Julie, woo. 3, 2, big inhale. Exhale, drop down halfway or all the way. Careful. Walk it in perhaps. Pick it on up for 5, 4, 3, 2, big inhale on 1, exhale halfway or all the way drop. Maybe walk it in, try for 1 more or go to bridge pose and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, big inhale on 1, exhale, come on down. Take a moment, maybe the legs toward the ceiling. Maybe you need to roll out your wrists. Vinyasa if you like it, Chakrasana if you know it, skip it if you hate it, at least in the moment. We're going to head into Paschimottanasana, so just meet us there, okay? Coming on up to your seat whenever you're ready. Legs can be straight forward. Inhale. And Ashtanga, exhale, hold for 10. Just slowing down the breath. 9, 8, maybe closing the eyes. 7, relaxing in. This is a relaxation posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nada, inhale, look up, and exhale. I'll offer a vinyasa. Skip it if you don't want to do it. It's totally fine. You can cross your shins, lift it, hop back, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, your way home. Or you could just be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. 30 more seconds for yogis playtime, everybody. We're not doing additional inversions today. So if your practice consists of more inversions, head into it, shoulder stand, plow pose. If you want to do the Bakasana, Halasana, and the accoutrements of the finishing practice of Ashtanga, that's great. You could also just do a nice headstand or something on the wall. The Brahma Kurbani is great, or some really fun kick-ups to the wall. I know some folks are really working on things. Julie's gonna work hard in Titibhasana because I know she's doing that. That's okay. Some people are laying down. Some people are taking this opportunity just to lay down. There's pigeon pose happening too, so that's beautiful. Just getting into yoga's choice. Good. Nice, Teresa. I see your legs. It seems like I really want to ask you to squeeze your butt cheeks. And squeeze your thighs together, Teresa, if you can. Yes. Really extend your toes upward toward the ceiling and push like crazy through your shoulders. Beautiful. Julie, you have that. That is so good. Nice, Julie. She's practicing Bhujapidasana, the Bhujapidasana with us. Yeah. I see all these beautiful yogis doing Titibhasana, and I'm like, good Lord. So beautiful. Yeah, anything final in your practice, maybe a little happy baby or supine twists. Again, those things are usually not super traditional, 99.9% of the time, but you know, sometimes we just kind of have to step outside of the box and do the things that suit us. I'm, you know, a big proponent of making this practice suit us where we're at, because otherwise I just feel like we look at the world through the eyes of the Ashtanga police or the Ashtanga robot. That, you know, if left to our maybe egotistical devices, we fall into that expectation of having to do everything and everything perfect. And to me, that just sets me up for a place of automatic failure. And I don't want to set my students up for that either. Just thinking about your own practice and what makes this practice yours. Yes, there's work. Yes, there's struggle. But at the end of the day, how much of that or how little of that actually serves us? Great example of this is struggling at home, in relationships, struggling at work with colleagues, or just perhaps a feeling of not having the job, the ideal position. Maybe you're underpaid, maybe you're devalued, maybe you're criticized. You have to have balance. Please use this practice to balance out whatever bullshit you're doing. Resting in Shavasana, giving yourselves this time. Before making any movements, just bringing the awareness back into the depth of your breath. Feeling it swirl, feeling it move, feeling your body take in and expel out. Be visualizing the clarity on the way in and cleansing on the way out. Starting to move fingers, toes, and head. Stretching out however you'd like to stretch to welcome yourselves back into your space. If you're still on your back, you can bring the knees toward your chest if you haven't already. Taking your time to roll over onto the right side, and we'll rise up to your seat. Bowing inward in honor of ourselves, in honor of this time, in honor of our space, in honor of our Sangha, our community, and that we find our very present selves with every step we take. We'll close with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Namaste. Happy Ashtanga Plus class, everybody. Grateful you're all here. Sorry, I did keep you maybe another 2. I said 70 minutes, so there's that. But I'm grateful you're all here and you were game for doing the thing. So the arm balance practices are just, they're just yet another journey, right? They're just yet another thing. So it doesn't mean you have to do all the things. It just gives us something else to play with. So let me know what questions you have. I'm happy to stick around. I'm going to shut off the recording now.